Welcome back, everybody. If you're new, my name's Nicholas, and this is Investing Against the Grain. Hope you're all enjoying your Saturday. I want to jump on and talk about these emails that may or may not have been leaked with regards to Tesla, Elon Musk, and layoffs to come within Tesla. So let's start off by trying to clear out some of the potential FUD. So first of all, yesterday morning, right before we saw all of this huge decline, not only in the market but in Tesla more predominantly, right? Tesla essentially had a 10% decline in one day, right? This is ridiculous. Why? What's going on? And so there were these rumors that came out starting around, call it 7:30 in the morning, 8 a.m., about Elon Musk saying he's super worried about the economy, that they need to have a hiring freeze, that they need to lay off 10% of their current staff, of their employees, and all this stuff. And apparently this all came from a email that was given out to all of the executives in Tesla, or sent out to all the executives in Tesla, and somehow Reuters got a glimpse of it, or they heard about it, or were able to see certain comments. And so that's really where this whole kind of rumor started. Okay, and so we saw headlines like the following. Okay, Elon Musk has super bad feeling about the U.S. economy, plans Tesla layoffs. Exclusive, Tesla Musk feels super bad about the economy, right? So we saw things like this, but there's something about it that didn't smell right. And what didn't smell right was normally if there is a email leak that comes out of Tesla, or something like this happens where Elon sends an email and there's big news, normally we all know about it way before it makes it to the news. Okay, and so that kind of just made this seem a little off. Not that there wasn't a possibility that Elon had these feelings or sent out a certain email, but just the way, at least, that it was being reported on. Okay, so then a few hours go by, and all of a sudden we get another email that comes out. All right, and this time, guess who found out about it first? We all did. We all saw it on Twitter way before they started reporting it on the news. So what did that email say? Well, as you all probably know by now, it was the following. From Elon Musk to everybody in the company, okay? This time it's not just the executives, saying Tesla will be reducing salaried headcount by 10% as we've become overstaffed in many areas. Note, this does not apply to anyone actually building cars, battery packs, or installing solar. Hourly headcount will increase. Elon. So you notice the difference here, right? This is where, if you saw my tweet, I initially said, it's something along the lines of the fact that I don't believe that this was a real thing, whatever was being said in the morning, at least not the way they said it. And then this gets leaked, right? This screenshot of this email, and all of a sudden, look at that. If we add some nuance, all of a sudden this email looks a lot different than the way it was being portrayed by the media. Okay, so what's the big difference here? Well, the big difference, first of all, is that Elon isn't really talking about the economy. We already know Elon's thoughts on the economy. He thinks that we're going to be in a recession, or we are in a recession, right? Who else has been saying that for the last, 4 or 5 months? Okay, so that's one aspect. But the second aspect is also they're talking about how Elon was going to lay off 10% of all employees. Tesla has over 100,000 employees, so that would mean about 10,000 employees would be let go. So the difference is in this email, where we have nuance and context, Elon's specifically talking about salaried employees, saying that they're not going to touch any headcount from anybody dealing with solar, batteries, or the vehicles. In fact, what he says is that they're going to increase headcount. It says right here, hourly headcount will increase. So getting more people doing actual work rather than HR, staffing, right? Just these jobs that maybe Elon doesn't think are actually doing good work, or work that requires so many people to be at a salaried level, and that maybe they've just gotten a little bloated, right, since COVID started. And so Elon's essentially just doing a little bit of a purge. That's all this is. And so I wanted to talk about this today because it definitely seems there's an overreaction in the market. And what's even crazier is traditionally, I have never ever seen a company report layoffs and that stock not to rally. All right. Normally, layoffs are seen as a good thing, right? It's reducing cost, right? And that ends up reflecting on the balance sheet come quarterly earnings. But for some reason, everybody decided to, do a 180 once again when it comes to Tesla and with this situation. So why is that? Well, I think it's just that we are in a market today where any bit of news, any bit of lack of confidence, all of a sudden the market gets spooked like that, or the stock gets spooked, right? I think what we see here is Elon just trying to be prudent ahead of any potential macro worsening that we might see, right? If we do become in a recession, if we do get more and more interest rate hikes, right? Elon wants to be prepared, right? He's batting down the hatches. They have no debt. They've been paying off all of their debt, right? They're going to trim some fat out of the company so they can move faster. They're bringing employees back to work at offices, right? So this whole remote work, it's done. It's over. Those days are gone when it comes to Tesla. If you want to work remotely, go find another company, right? Elon's not doing it anymore. He wants people at the office. And it's not this whole idea of Elon doesn't think that remote work is possible or anything like that. I'm sure if you worked somewhere else in a different industry, different environment, that'd be one thing. But at Tesla, where their whole goal, their whole mission is about solving problems faster and faster, iterating and working in teams, it doesn't work. All right. So whenever you have a physical product and you have software, and the software and the physical product have to tie together, it's really important to be there so you can iterate, troubleshoot, and work through things a lot faster. And on top of that, it's more of a leadership tactic than anything. All right. A lot of the workers at Tesla have to be there. And so for their management to possibly not be at the factories, not sitting there on the lines with them, not in the offices that are built into the factory so that even the factory employees can say, okay, yeah, we're all in this together, right? That kind of shows that there's a different class system in that type of environment. And that's what Elon wants to put a kibosh on. All right. He wants to make sure that everybody is on the same playing field. If the people who are on the assembly line, if the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, right, if the robotics people, if they all have to be at Tesla, then so does the management staff, so do salaried employees, so do software engineers. Everybody does. All right. Elon's there. So I think that's really what this is all about. So the stock market overreacting, it was going to overreact regardless. Why do I say that? Well, we had jobs number come out on Friday, and jobs number were, well, they're hotter than expected, which in a really weird sense is bad, right? We had more jobs, people were hired more in the last month than what was expected. Why is that bad? Well, because that gives the Fed a kind of a clearance of a runway for yet another month to continue raising interest rate hikes, right? It shows them, okay, the economy's still hot, so we can still afford to go even more aggressive with interest rate hikes to try to bring down inflation. So it's kind of perverse, right? You would have thought a good jobs number, well, that's great. That means our economy's doing good. But no, people actually want to see the economy slowing down so that then maybe the Fed can take their foot off of the accelerator. Weird times we're living in. Absolutely weird times. But I want to jump on real quick, and I want to kind of talk through this. I don't think this is something you should ignore, but I also don't think it's a 10% correction move. It's ridiculous, okay? This was just a complete overreaction. So I think, next week we'll probably start to bounce back a little bit, if for no other reason, because we do have a couple catalysts coming up, right? We should soon find out about what Tesla plans to do with regards to stock split. So that should be pretty exciting. We should get the May delivery numbers from Shanghai, and that will really give us a good idea of what Q2 is going to look like. So the reason that's a big deal is because then we'll know what Shanghai was or was not able to do within the quarter. So we'll have April, which we know essentially was a nothing burger. We have May. We'll see how that ramp up is going. And then June is the last month of Q2, right? Keep in mind, Q2 is not going to be pretty. Q2 is going to be an ugly quarter. However, hopefully, all that news has already been baked in. I still think we need to see some analysts bring down their expectations with regards to delivery numbers. However, I think that everyone's expecting a miss, if you will, from Tesla because of this zero COVID scenario or issue that we've been having in Shanghai. However, that's gone as of June 1st. All restrictions are gone, right? Tesla's already full ramped. They've got three teams, 3 shifts, I believe, back at the factory now. So it should be full throttle for Tesla. So again, this is going to be, maybe one of the last little bumpy steps that we get into before we get into the second half of the year, where assuming, knock on wood, that everything that we think is going to happen pans out the way we want it to happen, we should be in a kind of stabilizing point. But that doesn't mean that these macro events like we just had on Friday with the jobs number can't spook the market and have something, a company like Tesla go from, okay, this news came out about the email, maybe it should have been down 1 or 2% because maybe the market doesn't like it. But no, because you add in the macro events with this, and all of a sudden, boom, we're down 10%. So hopefully we can, second half of the year, start moving away from that type of jitteriness, that type of fragility within the stock itself. All right, we're going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this brought maybe a little context, or at least my point of view of how I'm looking at this. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, all right? It's a beautiful Saturday. We have some storms, a little bit of a hurricane going on in South Florida, and I think we're pretty much missing it. We keep getting pockets of beautiful sunlight and then a little bit overcast. It's honestly kind of beautiful outside. So hopefully it's beautiful where you are as well. Go enjoy your family. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're going to leave it there for today. Keep an eye out for a interesting video tomorrow regarding Tesla stock price for 2022. So I'll be releasing something interesting tomorrow. And with that said, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell. I love you all. Peace.